Hey everyone, my name is Jake and today we are going to be looking at some Idontworkherelady stories, so sit back, relax and enjoy. I don't work for the complex. Your car was taken off property. Now you're being taken off property. To set the stage, I work for a shop with a much larger shopping district. Think of your basic strip mall, but in a heavy traffic Florida area. So a ton of people, many of which don't live here, and a heavy security force to keep an eye on them. We don't employ the security directly, but as one of the store tenants, they can answer to us if there is an emergency, theft, violence, etc. Our block of shops has a loading bay behind it, which I personally rarely use for anything other than clocking in and out. Occasionally, people try to park here, despite the fact that there is signage specifically telling them not to do so. Our lots are often packed, and they think they can get away with it. I never complain, but the strip security will tow them in a heartbeat if they see it. The local tow company probably makes a killing from it, which is where the story starts. I'm exiting for the night, and a guy sees me walking out of one of the back doors. We'll call him Entitled Local. Hey, where the freak is my car? If you can't find your car, security can check the lot for you. No, I parked it here, man. Where the freak is it? If you parked it here, security might have towed it. You towed my car? No, but security might have. Don't pull that stuff. I know you work here. I want to talk to the manager. Well, I'm the manager on duty at my store, but I do not work for the district. If you want, I can… I've been coming here for years, and they never touched my car. This is unacceptable. I expect you to have it returned immediately. I can't untow your car, man. At this point, he became more and more angry, swearing, insulting me, and escalating it to the point of threatening to kick my butt. As luck would have it, a guard was walking through our lot, so I waved him down. Entitled Local begins to smile, thinking he's finally escalated the problem to somebody else who can return his vehicle. Nope, let's say security guard is SG. Hey, how's it going? Hey, this is the guy that you towed earlier. He's threatening to kick my butt because of it. I want him trespassed off property. Fun fact, the strip is all under a single address, with the individual shops being like apartment numbers. So, if you get trespassed off from any individual shop, that means you aren't permitted on the property at all. End of the day, idiot is taken off property by a handful of security guards as he swears and spits. Not only did we do nothing about his car being towed, he was permanently banned from returning. Now that right there is a satisfying end, just being permanently banned and not having anything to do with the car being towed. Easy win. She said, "Get the heck out." This happened here, somewhere in the southeast parts of Asia. My best friend is a franchisor of a really popular coffee shop. You know, the one with the green logo. Just a little background. My best friend is the youngest daughter of a successful group of companies, but she grew up in a simple neighborhood with her aunts because her dad wanted her to know what the life that he grew up in was like. We met each other at a local park, and we became best friends. She stayed humble and simple all throughout the years that I've been friends with her, even when she went back to the luxurious life that her parents wanted her to have. We met when we were 5, and now that we're 23, our bond is stronger than ever. Back to present. I always stayed at her shop almost every day, because duh, free coffee, unlimited too. So the baristas and staff basically know me as friends, just as how they treat best friend like a friend. The mornings are always the busiest times, and whenever she and the staff are having a hard time, I help them out with simple chores like cleaning up the tables and washing the plates and utensils. She and her staff are always grateful, and besides, it pleasures me to help. One morning, it wasn't as busy as the usual rowdy mornings at the coffee shop, but there was still a line of maybe 4 or 5 customers, most of which are the regulars that know us by our faces but not our names. I still chose to help out. My best friend was behind the counter, organizing the pastries, and I was cleaning a table, when I suddenly heard an entitled voice. "Hey, clean this table up, will you?" I turned to where the voice was coming from, and behold, a Karen sitting at my best friend's cushion chair like it's hers, with her feet on the low table. I wanted to scream at her, kick her feet off and mock her, but I can't have my best friend's reputation being tarnished, so I calmed myself down and smiled at her. While wiping the table with a cloth, I gently but loudly told her to wait a bit. When I came to where Karen is seated, I was all smiles. "What can I? Took you long enough?" "Oh, sorry about that. Never mind." I clenched my jaw so hard because of how she interrupted while I was talking. Biggest pet peeve. And with her sickening, sarcastic voice, she spoke again. "Would you please be a sweetie and get my order from me?" So I asked her what her order was. "Caramel macchiato with no sugar and more ice." So I went to the counter and asked the barista if the macchiato was already done. He looked at me confused and told me that nobody ordered a macchiato. So I went back to the Karen and told her that she hasn't ordered anything yet. The Karen clicked her tongue and looked at me menacingly. "Are you stupid? You're supposed to make the order." I almost wanted to swing at her face. "Oh, ma'am, I'm not authorized to put in any orders at the cashier because I don't work here, and you have to make the orders by the counter." "Oh, really? You don't work here? Why were you cleaning the tables then? Where is your manager? I need to report that the staff is too lazy to take orders." "But ma'am, I don't work here." "Oh, stop it with your lies. Where is the manager?" "Please calm down, the other customers might be disturbed." "Oh, you're reprimanding me now. Don't you know that my husband is a supervisor of my best friend's group of companies? He is close to the father of the owner of this place. I can have you fired for disrespecting me." Just then, I hear the firm voice of my best friend. My best friend says, "What seems to be the problem, ma'am?" Karen's face lights up, thinking that she was the manager. Karen explains how rude I was with declining the favor that she asked of me, and that I was being lazy. After Karen's explanation, my best friend put her hand on my back and told me to go to the counter for now, then asked me to tell the barista to prepare Karen's drink. Karen smiles and leans back on the chair the moment that best friend turned around, satisfied. Not even reading the chilly atmosphere. Now, best friend is nice, it's just that you should probably avoid being on her bad side. It's always scary when best friend is angry. What's funny though, is that the regulars that were onlookers know how best friend gets angry. Right at that moment, they were all silent and probably feeling sorry for Karen already. I hear the barista notify best friend that Karen's drink is ready, albeit with a shaky voice. Best friend hands the drink to Karen, and she had the gall to smirk at best friend and lecture her. "Next time, choose your staff wisely. One of them is slacking." "Who might you be talking about, ma'am?" Karen looks to the side and nods at the counter which I was leaning on. "Ma'am, you might have understood. She doesn't work here. She's my best friend. She just helps a lot here." "Are you kidding me? Managers bringing friends at their jobs now?" "Oh, I'm not the manager." Karen looks bewilderedly at her. The barista beside me was getting anxious because best friend was talking calmly to Karen. Too calm. "What are you then?" "The owner." I smirked as I saw Karen flinch. She looked wide-eyed at my best friend. "By the way, ma'am, may I ask what the name of your husband is? If your husband really is close to my father, don't you think I should have recognized you by now? I remember all the people that are close to my father, including their wives. So what is the name of this husband of yours?" When Karen stays silent, best friend starts spitting fire. "Please do yourself a favor and do not come back here, because if you do, the moment that I see your face inside my shop, I will not hesitate on teaching you a lesson for humiliating my best friend. I can and will sue you for harassment." "What?" I spoke up. She said, "Get the heck out." Best friend gives her a real sweet and professional smile, and she gestures towards the door. "Will you please kindly leave?" Karen stomps out of the coffee shop and not even bothering to pay for her drink. Best friend knew that I would never do anything to stain her name, so she knew immediately that Karen was telling lies so that best friend would take her side, not knowing that she was busted the moment that she started explaining her side to my best friend. I don't see how you can walk into someone else's place of business and just act like that, especially talking to people the way she did. Mistaken identity. So this happened to me a few months back after moving into my apartment. I had a few questions I needed answered about the apartment complex after I moved in, so I went to the office after work. For some background, I live in a small town with very few apartment complexes. Most of the renters in apartments where I live are retired people or young people like me that cannot yet afford a house. I walk in the apartment front office right after coming home from work. I am wearing dress paints, a polo, and my employee badge around my neck. I go to talk to the office front desk worker, which turns out to be one of the assistant managers. Right after I start talking, an older lady comes into the office. She must have been at least 65. Before the manager goes to the back room to pull out my lease, she asks the other tenant if she needs anything. She will be entitled witch. The manager to the entitled witch says, "Good afternoon, do you need any help?" "No, I just need to talk to this man here." I have never seen this woman before, and I am worried I am about to be chewed out for parking in the spot she likes or something like that. After Entitled Witch's replies, the manager goes into the back room to get my lease out of the file cabinet. She points her finger at my chest as if I am a misbehaving toddler. "You did not do what I asked at my apartment. I need you to come back there right now and fix it." At this point, I am confused because I have no idea what she is talking about, so I said nothing. "You did not fix the door, and you did not paint it like I asked." The manager, coming back from the back room and hearing her complain about her door, "Excuse me, he does not work here. Is there something I can help you with?" The entitled witch just gives me a look as if I have just threatened her life, and turns away with no statement whatsoever and starts complaining to the manager. I was kind of waiting for an apology of some kind, but this lady is now acting like I don't exist and she never saw me in the first place. I later meet one of the maintenance men and realized we are sharing a passing resemblance as we both have black beards and are white. I hope this guy did not get chewed by this lady yesterday because she did not seem to be the kind of person that would ever be happy with their work. Yeah, that kind of describes a lot of people like that. Someone who would just never be happy. Someone could do the perfect job and have everything right, but they'd still find something to complain about. Just, "Oh, you didn't do this right." There's always people like that. Hey everyone, I hope you're all having a really good day and that you enjoyed that video. If you want to see more videos like it, then click on screen right now. And if you never want to miss out on a video, then hit subscribe. But I will see you all very soon.